Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines 2021. In the previous episode we set up our interchange, added another residential district as well as a park. Today I believe we want to try to dive into our first industry, which could be either farming or forestry. Looking around, the areas I potentially might want to use for farming are not really nearby. I don't want to do it on this hilly part. So I believe the logical thing to go for would be a forestry industry, and as we do that we can also think about redesigning this part here. Let's actually do it all the way to the intersection. I've already taken care of that one. Noticed for today's episode I have enabled the Move It mod. I don't intend to really go crazy with it, just maybe a few people spoke out against the mods and a lot of people let me know that they want me to install this mod. So at least I want to give those different opinions still a chance, if you're specifically against the mod. To start the episodes, I'm actually going to fix the bridges and pathways here that I built. I want to make this a little bit more nicer and more permanent, and then everything else already looks pretty good. Maybe apart from this unfinished section, and also everything along the beach, we still have to think about that. But let me fix the bridges and everything, and then we get to redesigning this part. Maybe we can already go ahead and unlock one of those tiles. Now forestry, I could make a really big one, but I think I'm just gonna set it up on the left tile. Yeah, it's not perfectly flat, but it is reasonable. Let's go ahead and unlock this tile right there. That already looks much better. At least it is now fairly smooth. And then we're gonna curve back into here. Let's get rid of the houses right there. I believe what I'm gonna do is make this part of our park here. So all of this is also still gonna belong to the park. We then completely switch this up. What I would like to see is a pathway along the highway. Then we move up and over into this guy. It's not gonna be perfectly straight. This might be just a little too steep. What if I move over? We take a tiny turn, another one go down. Okay, that's already much better. And now with the Move It mod, I can just adjust the curves that much in order to make it perfect. So yeah, Move It definitely changes the approach a little bit. But essentially I'm not going to try to make something that is completely impossible. I'm going to set up another park plaza here. Let's get restrooms again. They fit nicely in there. And we're going to have a park cafe on the other side. And the rest I think can just be decorations. Maybe we're going to have a gazebo. And of course we cannot miss the fences. In this case it's very important. Oops, I just got rid of the pathway. There we go. I think I got it. Let's get some decorations in there, aka rocks and plants. Now I think one thing that's missing is a sound barrier, so we want to upgrade at least these guys here in order to get one. I'm still not too happy with what I'm seeing here, just how little can I go here. I don't want to go too crazy here, just want to hide the ugly inclination. Yeah, I can actually live with that, that's already much better. Let's finish off the fencing. I want this fence gate connected, and then we're just going to drag a fence along the road. Okay, I think I did it. Fences all around. This pathway here is still connecting to the road, which obviously is not what we want. So I just have to get this far enough away. Great, I would say this part is fixed. Let me still take care of the bridge here. I'm gonna be right back. And there we go, already so much better. I'm still gonna have to do some tree decoration and everything, but let's now move to the next intersection here. What I would like to see is a three-way intersection, one leading into the forestry area. So let me think about this to plan it out. Alrighty, this is the situation. I laid out a highway acting as a ginormous roundabout for the forestry industry. I also removed this little part. We need a little bit of a special interchange here, because not only we want to go into two different directions, but with the industry here we want to be able to go into three different directions. This one here, the forestry industry, as well as cycling back into the general industry. So I guess the first thing we want to do is find a nice road layout. And I would like to go with the industry road still. We might want to go with the medium industry road for its lanes. I'm kind of tempted to go with the small industry road and then use gravel roads. Yeah, let's try to set up a medium industry road here. I'm just going to put it really close to the highway. After that we have a one-way system branching off the road. And we could do this every 2 nodes or so. That might be a little bit too often. The goal is that there is an actual flow of the road. So if we go ahead and actually do something like this, this is what we would end up with. And we would only need a connection to actually get into this. And of course also a connection to get out of there. Not sure if I'm too fond of this idea just yet. Let me go ahead and do the same thing here on the other side. Just to see how it looks and feels. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it working. Now we're only missing the dirt paths. So somewhere in the center we just divide these up with the dirt paths. As for the highway on the outer end, since a lot of the vehicles are gonna be gone by then, I'm gonna upgrade this to a nicer looking road with only 2 lanes. Okay, let's define the area. This should all be painted as an industry area. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually do that. I guess we need to get things started by placing down the main building, which I would like to see somewhere here. So I'm already gonna get started with our dirt pathways. I want to make sure we don't actually connect these. Back into industry, the main building. Oh no, it's just a little too tight. Actually, here it also looks nice. Let's place it there. And congratulations. The cozy wood production is alive. We get a sawmill, a small plantation, and a small log yard. Now, one thing I would like to avoid is these intersections having traffic lights. So within traffic routes, let's go ahead and actually toggle these. Yeah, I don't want them for any of these intersections. No. I'm gonna be sneaky here a little bit and connect these using the Move It mod, but they are not really connected for the AI. Alright then, we could get things started with a bunch of small plantations. Now I want these all along gravel roads as well. They're actually not that large, so if we set up a dirt road here, we should be able to smooch them directly in there. Yes, I kind of like that. Let's set up a couple of these. We're just gonna go with 4 in this case. Gonna set up the same road here on the other side so we can potentially have more of those. However, we also want a sawmill and potentially a small log yard. Now, the yard and the sawmill don't really need to be inside the dense forest area. So I think what I would like to see set up here on the other side is a small processing part. So we're gonna get things started with a bunch of sawmills. Gonna set up 2 of them. And then last but not least, we have a storage area. For now, I'm just gonna set up 2 of these warehouses. Yeah, something along these lines. I believe we are gonna need to let it develop a little bit before we're going too crazy with expansion. So maybe we should now build the interchange to actually get here. I'm already gonna get myself some power going. All the city parts should be working again. Okay then, let's freaking do this. First things first, I would like to see this industry as a closed loop. So I kind of want to do the same curve around here, and we join these back together, make sure this is facing the right way. Yeah, that looks now much cleaner. We're actually gonna upgrade everything or downgrade. Yeah, let's make this 2 lanes. I think that's gonna be much better. Wonderful. And we could make these 2 lanes as well, just for the looks. We then continue the highway here, and I guess we want to split up this end here maybe. So one is going over there, connecting to this road, and then another one into the other direction. As a matter of fact, I would like these to be both 2 lanes. Would it make sense to just move straight in there? Maybe. We then basically want to do the same thing on the other side. So this is going to be my returning lane. Let's see if we can get this nicely arranged. It's not the worst that I've ever seen. However, I think some of these are gonna have to be larger highways. I guess most of them I wanna just keep 3 lanes. I mean, they actually fit nicely still. However, this guy going all the way around the industry area, I'm gonna keep 2 lanes except this one here. Yeah, you know, I guess we'll have to upgrade the highways as we see the traffic develop. I'm gonna make another connection here in order for people to go into the forestry area from the generic industry. And then finally, we need a way to join over here. So I think I'm actually gonna raise this road up. Something along these lines. And now we should be able, theoretically, to hook this up. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great, I like it. Let's fix the power lines and then see if we've built something functional. Okay, now all the buildings should have the power. They have the water. Let's risk it and unpause. We're gonna keep the log yards in balanced mode, so they're gonna try to keep at least 50% stored. Everything above 50% can be sold, everything below 50% will be imported, such as these guys. They are just importing stuff that we then can use in the factories. For instance, the sawmill wants some wood in order to make planed timber, and right now we have a storm of trucks actually importing the goods. We can also see there is not enough water. Actually, let me see. Is that really something I need to fix? I guess it wouldn't hurt to set up another water pumping station. I'm gonna do that right there. If we click on the industry name here, we get some details about the industry. At the moment, obviously, we're still waiting for the workers, but soon enough, we will reach the next level and therefore also unlock more buildings. So from the looks of it, traffic seems to be working. I don't think I forgot any of the connections, and we're still making good money, so no crisis yet. And here we go, we are already in the positive with the industry, 1,928 weekly profits at the moment. So not too shabby, admittedly. One thing I would like to do before I forget is still zone this area. I think on the other side I would like to see a train cargo station. Actually, we might be better off building the train cargo station here on the top. Well, I guess we'll see about that. Looks like we're also gonna need more residential, but this is perfect because I would like to expand the area around here. Forestry industry upgraded to level 2. That is really good news. I'm gonna set up a little neighborhood here that is supposed to look planned ahead as a whole. And I guess we can go ahead and actually connect this over here. This is then all gonna be residential. And I'm not entirely sure what I want here, but I would like to see some forest on the other side. And then we also make our way out of here along the highway. Do the same thing on this side. And if I can, I would like to see these joined together. Get out of here as well. Now we set up a bunch of pathways. For instance, I would like to be able to cross over here. I would like to see a bunch of pathways in this area. One goes over there, another one goes over here. And I guess I would like to see pathways here as well. Makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, sweet. All of these can be residential. I don't want to zone adjacent to this square here, so we're only gonna do the squares a little bit further away. Good enough. Just a little bit of water and then we can get things going again. Rise, my people, rise! Now these guys are probably also gonna need schools and stuff like that. And maybe we can add another high school, though our capacity is still brilliant right now. Yeah, maybe all that is a little bit too early. Yeah, they have like an elementary school over there, but they need some kind of services. Maybe a fire department. I can totally see that happen. Let's add our fire department along this road right there. And I guess we're not gonna need yet another police station. We should be fine with just the one. Another access point to the highway would be brilliant though. I mean, if we could just add a little section here. Actually, let me see. Can I do this in a more or less nice way? And then we want to move in here. Wonderful. We might want to do the same thing here on the other side in order to actually get in there. So those are definitely connections that help. The question is, do we also want the ability to actually move across here? Let's say we do something like that and then hook up with this road. Yeah, I mean, why the heck not? Right now, I will still have to fix it. That was a little bit too quick. There we go. Much better already. Should we also have a way back? I don't think that's really going to be necessary. Let's tend to the industry area again and check out the newly unlocked things. For instance, we got the Forestry Workers Barracks and we want a whole bunch of these. They are fairly large, admittedly, but I figured they might actually fit nicely here if we just find out the spacing. Yeah, that seems to be the closest I can get them to the highway. So we're gonna do the same thing here on the other side, have another one of these. We also got access to the tree sapling field. I'm gonna set up 4 of these as well. And we don't want a greenhouse. I would like to see a field. Actually, never mind. Let's make this a greenhouse and keep the left side of this more in that style too. I might want to move these in the future in order to get the space for the bigger fields, but for now it's gonna do. We now have access to the biomass pellet plant, which is also gonna cause a tiny amount of pollution, so I might want to keep them away from the fields. Now, if we just had a tiny bit more space here, can we get a road exit here maybe? And then if I do this very carefully, set up another pathway, and we should be able to place our building here, and we should even be able to continue this road and connect it over. Actually, I might not necessarily want to do that. Yeah, let's keep these roads out of the way. Okay, I decided to go for this. There's just one thing I would like to fix now that I have things like the Move It mod, and that is raising this road just a tiny little bit. But it's sometimes details like this you can get lost in. We also additionally have the sawdust storage that I would like to set up, and we're also gonna have 2 of these buildings symmetrically set up. Alrighty, we're back and I left the game running for a little while. We have already reached level 4 with our industry. This also means we have unlocked a whole bunch of buildings, such as the maintenance building. I would like to set this guy up as well. Yeah, man, that is much bigger than I anticipated. I guess I'm gonna plop it up right there. We're only really gonna need one of these. We also have access to the medium tree plantation, but I figured it is actually more lucrative to use 2 small ones instead. Production rate 6,400 units per week, and with the large one 9,600. So yeah, 2 small fields seem definitely more worthwhile. We also gained access to the engineered wood plant, of which I'm gonna place 2. We might want to set this up at the very edge here. Actually, it's not perfectly symmetrical. Let's move this guy over then. Also new in the joint is the large log yard. This guy would fit perfectly in here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And I'm also gonna go ahead and connect this with a pathway. We're now only missing the wood chip storage on this side. So there it goes. And I might want a second one of these. Also gonna have my walkway here. Yeah, that seems to be fine so far. You know, if anything, we probably need more production. Let me try to set this up. If we have a way over here, I don't want to quite connect them. Let's do something like that. And then at least we should be able to set up more fields. So we're gonna go for a sapling field right there. And then another medium tree plantation. This one here is now gonna be conifer. And right here, we keep this at a field. Yeah, well, let me just quickly get rid of some of these trees here. I kind of like that. And if we're lucky, we can do the same thing here. Just get one more field in the joint. Thank you. Okay, nice. Maybe some tree decoration right here. I can totally see this happen. What do we even need to get this to level 5? Bunch more workers and a whole lot more produce. As for the residential area, I would like to add a bunch of parks. Actually, right now, I would like to see a basketball court, probably here. Yeah, let's put it right there. I also would like to see a plaza right here in the corner. The same thing here on the other side. And then if possible, I would like to see a bit of pathway action here. Not all the way around. Actually, all the way around. I don't like it. Not all the way around. Wonderful. Already looks much better. There's going to be some decoration happening in this place as well as this place here. Though I really think we could get rid of this and add another road. I think that might be a little bit better. Yeah, we're just going to get another straight going here where we can zone a bunch more residential. I would say to wrap up the episode, we're still gonna reach the milestone and potentially also reach the next milestone in terms of population. I just need 1,000 more people. There's still plenty of upgrades to be had and most of it have to do with education. So yeah, let's let things develop a little bit and see what else we need. Alrighty, there we go. I think this is going to be the final unit, this forestry industry. The only thing I didn't have before was the pulp mill. That was the one building that we unlocked with level 5. I then started to rearrange a couple of things so we use the space more efficiently. I even decided to go for a bunch of parks. There are pathways everywhere. I probably want to plant a couple more trees here. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy. I also started decorating this area. As you can see, this is now looking much better. Also set up a bunch of rocks and stones everywhere. Now, obviously, the downside of this is that the industry is completely abandoned, which is something to be expected if we have such a huge forestry industry right off the bat. We could have kept it a bit smaller to avoid this problem, but I think what I'm gonna do right now is just get rid of one of these rows here. And then before we can really reach the next milestone, I will have to set up the next living area. And the only logical way we can go at the moment, I think, is this part. So this is going to be the next residential area in order to reach the next milestone. But I'm actually pretty happy with this forestry industry for now. It is also more or less lucrative, 3.5k per week of profit. So at the beginning of the next episode, we will unlock this next milestone. We could already reach it in this stage by just allowing all the houses to upgrade. At the moment, there's lots and lots of potential still, but I think we might be able to speed things along. Actually, there's one thing we can do. We should upgrade the land values maybe. On the other side, we have so many parks already here. Not sure I want to add more for these greedy bastards. Well, maybe a tropical garden here in the corner wouldn't be the worst of ideas. I might want to do that. Everything else looks great. Oh, death care. We did not take care of death care enough. Let's maybe get a carousel here in the joint. Our cemetery is almost full. Yeah, let's get another one over there. This is actually perfect. So we're gonna have one here, and that answers the question what I want there. Okay, I give up. I'm actually gonna give them a police station here, and that is supposed to make them upgrade like crazy. I think I can already hear some. Yeah, that definitely did a bunch. Another thing that might really help is a clinic that I'm gonna set up here, and that is supposed to upgrade a whole bunch of buildings in this region. Thank you for proving my point. Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Holy cow, it doesn't stop. Check this out. Gotta love it. I might just go ahead and add another school. It's actually not that expensive, 160 a week, and it's another service that might push them over the edge. Oh, I totally forgot about the elder care and such. I could use that to also increase the land value. Now, unfortunately, this is fairly large, but they might not be too bothered by the highway. Bum, 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 good stuff. I'm actually going to do that on the other side of town as well. But this time around, it's going to be a child health center that we're going to put here, not destroying anything. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is what you have to do with your cities. Don't just expand all the way. Don't be too impatient. Look at that. It's going to give us so many more people with all the upgrades. There are other things we can do nearby the water. For instance, a marina. So if we get one of these in here, that might help too. And give them a way to access it. We might want to go ahead and adjust this a little bit so it makes more sense. Gonna go ahead and expand the road a little bit, and then we can set up something new. Maybe get one of these restaurants in the joint, and here I'm gonna cheat a little bit and turn this around the way I want it to. This can come down to here, maybe lower the road. Nice. We can then have some palm trees along the way. Holy cow, look at that. Yes, this was great. A beach volleyball court. I think we need one of these. Gonna have this approximately here. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not really playing well with the terrain. I'm actually gonna move it to over here, and then we will fix this maybe with a bunch of rocks. Yeah, actually, why not have a bigger rock here and a whole bunch of small ones to cover up the rest here. And we can wrap things up with a bunch of bushes. Maybe not the right type of foliage I chose for this. Oh well, it's hopefully gonna do for now. We should be able to set up some more housing along here. Don't think people will mind living at this spot. One thing that really might help is to upgrade the industry buildings. Let me see, what's a firehouse gonna cost me? 560 a week. Yeah, I think it might be worth it. If we set up a fire station right here, all the buildings here should be quite happy. Actually, that really does nothing because of the one-way system. However, if we go ahead and connect this with a one-way road, then the fire station should have a bigger effect. Yeah, we can see it can reach more buildings. But you know, it really did nothing. I have to do something else. Let's set up a carousel park for 150 entertainment. That is pretty good. Yeah, that had a much better effect. However, things like a bus line, for instance, would be much more fruitful. I just discovered something that might help. The community pool. I could even smooch this in here. I'm gonna try that. Let's try to cover it up though. Yeah, that's actually not bad. And it, oh my gosh, it really helps. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, there we go. One of our first bigger fires. How I've missed it. Pretty cool. Anyways, I think I'm still gonna wrap it up at this point, since most of what I'm doing right now is just waiting time, and wherever I can, I try to increase the land value a little bit. Land value is one of the things that is actually gonna raise over time, so you cannot always just instantly raise it to the max. But yeah, I like how the city runs at the moment. I like the new forestry industry. We just need a few more people in the joint. Well, alright then, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next video. Bye bye.